One thing about a narcissist is there are about 50 different characters inside of them. You don't know who you're going to get and when you're going to get them, okay? And the craziest thing about it is that they manipulate everybody around you to make them believe that you are the problem. They are evil, they are dangerous, they are losers, and they have a lot of childhood trauma.
Nene is dragging herself again because she just described herself.
A disappointing video, but nonetheless, here goes. So earlier this week, I was told by my management company that the Netflix scripted series called The Upshaws were interested in casting me for a part. In Upshaws, it's Mike Epps and Wanda Sykes. Directing this particular episode is Kim Fields. I was excited to do it. It's a comedy. I love comedy. I used to have a comedy show out on the road, some of you guys know. So comedy is something that I love to do and was really happy to do it. As the talks went on, we agreed upon whatever we agreed upon. I was to fly out to LA on Tuesday. They told me that Porsha William Gubadia was also playing in this particular series. She would be side by side with me. Excited. I haven't seen Porsha. We always have a good laugh when we see each other. So I was just like, okay, so me and Porsha are gonna keep. I get to LA on Tuesday. They tell me to go straight to, to the studios. I need to go into wardrobe. Once I got into wardrobe, I'd chosen to wear like this silver color. They showed me a picture of Porsha. They said that Portia's wearing something similar in color, and maybe I would choose something else because we were gonna be, side by side doing this scene. No problem. I gave them a whole different look. They told me we were gonna be having rehearsal. At rehearsal, I didn't see Porsha. There was a stand-in. We broke for lunch. We came back. We were going to do a whole run-through. I still didn't see Porsha. I'm just waiting to see Porsha, right? I'm excited to see Porsha. I'm like, well, I want to, wait till I see Porsha on set so me and her can chop it up. So Porsha never came. We wrapped for the evening. I went back to my hotel. When I got to my hotel, production called me and asked me if I had any issues with any housewives because they were going to be recasting the other position. And I was like, oh my God, no, like what? And they were going to recast the position that Porsha was playing. I was like, what? Why? And they said, do you have any issues with Kim Zolciak, Cynthia Bailey, Marlo Hampton? And I was like, no. Like, I just saw Kim recently and we talked. I talked to Cynthia Bailey often. I talked to Marlo Hampton often. No, like, they ultimately cast Cynthia Bailey, and she was flown out to LA on Wednesday. We did the part together. I was later told that Porsha did not show up to work and had said that she did not want to work with me, that we had issues from the past, and she did not want to work with me. Let me take that in for a second. Listen, I am more than disappointed. Porsha and I have double dated a few times, okay? Okay. Simon had a birthday. We were all in Miami together. We hung out for the whole weekend to celebrate Simon's birthday. We all decided one weekend to go to Vegas to see Usher. We all went to Vegas to see Usher, couples. I was in Dubai. Porsha and Simon were in Dubai. We all hung out. Yanni and I have gone to Simon and Portia's home to hang out, party, drink. My son came over, brought hookahs. We ate African food, had a great time. Of course, Porsha had a wedding, and I'm at her wedding. I've seen Porsha in Atlanta out. We've laughed and talked. I am shocked that Porsha would go to a production company and I am shocked to hear that Porsha would go to a production company and say that she doesn't want to work with me because we've had a lot of issues in the past. What lots of issues that we had in the past. Mind you guys, I haven't been a housewife in over 4.5 years, okay? Besides that, as black women, okay, when you call a black woman angry, difficult, we've got problems, I can't work with them on set, that is a death trap for a black woman in the industry. We don't have any issues that we can't work together. We are professionals. We get on set and we work together and do what we got to do. Your issues in the past, if you had to pick a housewife, it certainly wouldn't be with me. It would have been with Kenya, or it would have been with Candy. Those were your major issues. We've had petty things. We're on a reality show. So we obviously are going to have some sort of issues, but we've not had anything where we could not work together. I'm sad and disappointed that Porsha would go to any company and say that she's had issues with me and we cannot work together. That is a lie. I text her. So it's not like I'm doing this video, I didn't text her. I text her. And she sent me a text back saying that she's going through her divorce and I didn't reach out to little sis. Are you serious? You and your husband were just happy and smiling in Dubai. I thought you guys were having a fight and maybe you guys are going to get back together. I don't know what y'all personal business are. I don't want to be nosy, okay? I don't want to invade your privacy. Maybe you need some time. I don't know what you need. I was happy to see her and talk to her and chop it up then. I don't want to pry. Yes, Yanni and Simon are hanging out together, but that has nothing to do with me. I'm not hanging out with Simon. Yanni's hanging out with Simon. I can't change this relationship with that man. I wouldn't let him change my relationship with Porsha. It's disappointing. It's very disappointing that you would do that. It's very disappointing. And people need to stop. They need to stop doing that. That's not right. When Porsha and I were on Housewives together, she was divorcing her first husband, and I fought for Porsha to stay on the show. I went to production and talked to whoever I needed to talk to at Bravo to just put my 2 cents in that I felt like she should stay on the show. When she drugged Kenya off that couch, she was saying all kind of things. I got down on my knees and put my hand over her mouth so that she wouldn't dig herself into a bigger hole than she was already in. The bottom line is, Porsha did not want to share the spotlight. That's it. And professionals can share the spotlight. Porsha is not a star. Porsha is not a star. Porsha is not a star.
Damn. I'm sorry.
She is a Bravo celebrity. Be clear.
Have Porsha fans, some of them saying, okay, Nene, yes, you are a star, but before Bravo, we did not know you as well. So you and Porsha are in the same boat. Now, Kenya Moore and Candy and everybody else that were doing their thing before Bravo, those are stars. You, on the other hand, you are a Bravo celebrity because that's how we got to know you. So you have people arguing back and forth. Nene also left her email address after all of that, book Nene, so people could book her. But this is what I think is happening here. It's the fact that Nene sued Bravo, NBC, and whatever parent company is out there, okay? You all know the story and what happened between Nene and Bravo, okay? Now, when she was hanging out with Porsha and doing all of that, Porsha took a break from the show. She wasn't on it. But not only did Porsha come back signing to be a part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she also signed a deal with NBC where she gets to not only be a talent, but she gets to be an executive producer on projects, and she also gets to be in those projects as well. So she have this deal with not just Bravo, but also, the big boss over there and all of that. So Nene sued us. We don't want you associating or doing anything with Nene. As you can see from examples on the screen, Porsha and Nene have no problems with posting text messages, receipts, private conversations, exposing each other. So with this history, Porsha is like, if I'm transparent and I tell her, even though I'm hinting and thinking that she, will put two and two together and get it, but she's not trying to do that because she wants to hear it from me. But if I tell her, girl, I'm back on Bravo, I have this deal with Bravo and NBC Universal Media Group and all of that, and then you sue the network, and because of that, that's one of the reasons why, I can not only associate myself with you, I cannot work with you because I'm not trying to mess up my deal that I have over there. You can't text or have that conversation with a Nene Leakes who sued the network and saying that they're blackballing her, they're stopping her bag and all of that. So imagine Porsha telling her that. Oh my gosh. Forget my friendship with Porsha. Forget loyalty. Porsha wasn't loyal enough to say, I'm not doing that and work with me. So I don't owe her no loyalty. Because in 2021, when all of that was going on between Nene and Bravo, she retweeted this right here when someone wrote, Porsha should be standing with you. They scared to lose their checks, but you can't let them get away with discrimination, retaliation, and blacklisting and unequal pay. There's power in numbers. I will start calling everybody out. Nene retweeted that, okay? And if you remember Nene tweeting things like this stop every job opportunity that comes my way. I am happy I was able to help all the other Black women get job opportunities that are working for them. He stopped me from working because I was a threat to his career. And you all know the stories, the history, and all of the videos I've done on Nene versus Bravo. If you're new here, go to the RHOA playlist to watch all of those videos. My point is, if you are aware that this was and is Nene issue with Bravo, then who in their right mind are going to say that Team Bravo is still trying to stop your bag or whatever that's going on by saying, oh, by the way, Bravo and NBC Universal told me to not work with you or associate myself with you. Absolutely not. You were not telling Nene that. And even if Bravo and NBC did not say anything to Porsha, Porsha is aware of all of this because all of this is on Twitter. It's public record. So if I'm trying to protect my bag, yes, I'm being a bad friend and it's betrayal. I get it. But I'm always going to look out for myself and my family. That's Porsha nature, and Nene knows this. So I'm not about to mention Bravo in any ways, okay? However, I'm going to take the easy way out and I'm going to bring up my personal life, my business, what I'm currently going through, and leave Bravo out of the conversation. And even if Bravo did not say anything to Porsha at all, like I just said, Porsha is aware of all of this, so she could have been the one to say, Bravo doesn't even need to say anything. I know better, and I'm going to keep my distance, just like I did when I was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and then reunited with her when I was no longer on the show. I'm going to do that as well and protect myself and my bag. Because like I said, if Nene called her out before on Twitter about not defending her, exactly, this is no different. Porsha is like, I'm going to make it look like I'm upset because she didn't reach out to me after I filed for divorce. Even if you do not want to look nosy, a text. Hello sis, saw the news, hope all is well, are you okay? I'm not calling because I want to give you time to process, but if you need me or need someone to talk to, I'm only a click away. That's it, okay? That's not being nosy if that's really your friend. And yes, I did see the clip where Candy basically said the same thing Nene said, but I'm doing a separate video on that. Same thing as in, I didn't reach out to Porsha because I did not want to come off nosy or come off like, ooh, girl, I heard some tea in the blog, especially when it's people real lives. Also, if Nene, man, is hanging with your ex, that's not Nene's fault that two grown men still have a relationship and hanging out. Now, if Nene was over there kiki and hanging out with them while you are in pain and going through what you're going through, then that's different. But she can't control those two men relationship, and she can't tell her grown man, oh, you can't be around Simon, who's your friend, because of Porsha. Now let the women handle their situation, let the men handle their situation. But as far as Nene saying I'm shocked, I'm not sure what Nene is shocked about, because this is Porsha. This is who she is. And flip it around, Nene is the same way in certain aspects. I'll give you a few examples about what I mean about that. Porsha was hanging out with Kenya Moore and all over the internet, going to Kenya Moore baby shower and all of that. Okay? But the moment Porsha realized that being friends with Kenya Moore wasn't beneficial to her storyline, and reuniting with Nene Leakes would be more beneficial to the both of their storyline. What did we see? I'm lost without you. The images from that scene are on the screen. So I'm not even sure why Nene is shocked that Porsha Williams, of all people, betrayed her. She betrayed Candy, was close to Phaedra, and then threw Phaedra under the bus and pretended to cry when it was beneficial to her to save her job during that reunion. She could have pulled Candy aside at any point and say, you know what, this is getting too dirty, this is getting too nasty, this is getting too deep, and even though we're not close like we used to be, I know you will never in your life do anything this crazy. However, this is what I'm hearing behind the scenes, and I feel like it's so disgusting to even accuse you of that on national television. So I'm telling you, as someone who used to rock with you, no, you said it on TV, and then when you repeated it and then noticed that my job is on the line, then it was Phaedra told me. Okay, expose Phaedra. And Porsha did respond to all of this. But speaking about, exposing people and betraying people, the person that she's now using to respond and laugh and do all of these things is the same woman that she betrayed, exposed, sat in the presence of Phaedra Parks, why Phaedra Parks said that this woman who was engaged at the time to be married was cheating on her husband with Candy and Todd and did not defend Shamia. The woman that she grew up with didn't even go to her wedding, told some lies. Candy went to Shamia's wedding. And when it was beneficial to her, she went ahead and reunited with Shamia. And when she wanted a copy-paste relationship and wanted Shamia life from the outside, because as we can see, exactly, we can't compare what she had with Simon with Shamia and her husband, okay? But when you wanted that life and needed a friend, of course, Shamia was there. Now, Porsha posted these images and videos with Shamia in LA, and if you look at the caption, you see the star, because Nene said Porsha is not a star, okay? And then after that star, she wrote LA is life, bestie. She tagged Shamia, living life like it's golden, hashtag Beverly Hills, okay? So that was her response to Nene for now, which is Porsha typical behavior. Pretend and look like you are unbothered even though you're not, and even though behind the scenes you are being other people nightmare, but publicly for your image, pretend like nothing is going on and you're just having a great time, and the other person who's voicing their opinion is a hater. And I can keep going all day. So this whole I'm shocked that Porsha would do this. Takes one to know one. Big sis, little sis, same person. That doesn't mean it excuses what Porsha did to Nene. It's wrong, of course, absolutely wrong. I'm just saying that based on Porsha's backstabbing, user, opportunist behavior, the list goes on, and Nene being right in the midst of it, this right here shouldn't come as a surprise. Especially after I helped you and helped save your job a few times. And this is the thank you I get to walk into those type of spaces and say I'm difficult as a black woman and you are a black woman. And then I'm like, wow, Nene, now I understand Porsha was, maybe not is anymore, was your friend, or probably still is your friend. You two just have to talk about it. But I remember that even though Kenya was never your BFF, she's a black woman that when you were in those spaces, you wanted her gone. You wanted her gone so badly that when she tried to warn you that Bravo was phasing you out, you went on Twitter to embarrass her more because you wanted your master to prove that Kenya Moore was a liar. You know, the tweet is on the screen. I've talked about all of this, and that's why I'm not wasting my time reading the tweets. You can read them for yourself. But that's what you did. And then your pride got to you so much. Although, according to you, you were suffering in the background, you were suffering behind the scenes. You wrote, I negotiated my episodes and money up front. I have not, in all caps, lost anything. Shady and a hater. And that was for Kenya Moore. And this one right here sealed the deal. I have not, in all caps, been cut out of any episodes. I negotiated my episodes just like everyone else did. I'm getting every dime I asked for. Thank you for asking and clearing that up, Andy. That means a lot to me, all in the name of proving a black woman wrong and calling her a liar. Oh, but when the same Andy and Bravo and them turn their backs on you, then what did you do? Now it was they always manipulating black women to say negative things about each other while they sit and enjoy us tearing each other down. Oh, where was this energy when she tried to warn you? No, it was let me tear her down, let me call her a liar. And no one is saying Kenya Moore is a saint. All I'm saying is don't pull the support black women and black women this and black women that and spaces and black this and black that when it's convenient, when you are not exhibiting the same behavior. And trust, Porsha would learn the same lesson that Nene learned. Because she went from here's a question for Ken to then using the same words that Kenya was using, that Bravo phased her out, and repeating everything that Kenya said. And Porsha right now is in survivor mode. She's not trying to mess up her money right now, but she will eventually learn. Now, if the lawsuit didn't happen and their relationship, meaning Nene and Bravo, wasn't so tense, this is a perfect setup for a storyline. Big sis and little sis not getting along, but she's currently getting along with Kenya. And let's see how long that lasts. Now, Milo is another example of this. We got. Okay, I'm not saying don't elevate and all of that, but stop destroying each other and stabbing each other in the back. You shade me, I shade you back. We have conflicts, we either talk about it or we don't rock with each other, we move on. I get all of that. It's a show. I'm just saying that some of the lengths and levels some people go for these people, like the length and level that Phaedra Parks went towards Candy. It's my point, okay? Here's Milo. Candy and Kenya Moore advocated for her to finally get her peach. Of course, Bravo had to approve, but they advocated for her. She gets her peach, and who did she turn on? The very two people that advocated for her. Her own best friend, Nene Leakes, said she did not deserve a peach. You can go to the RHOA playlist and watch those videos. I'm not inserting it in here, but most of you remember Nene said that. Now Porsha is coming back, and allegedly Porsha said, I do not want to deal with Milo. So Milo got fired. She's no longer there. Had you not flipped on Kenya and Candy, maybe, just maybe, exactly my point. Now Porsha don't want to film with you. Kenya don't even want to breathe the same air that you breathe, but you know Kenya is a boss and it's about her money, so she's going to show up anyways. And I can keep going. So stop turning on each other for these people, because when it's all said and done and they remind you that you are disposable, you will be right back talking about black this and black that and sisterhood and support black women and all of that. When you are in the same position, you turn your back on some. So remember to always support each other, have your moments, because it's life, it's natural, those things happen, but never go below the belt like some of you be doing. So on that note, yeah, Porsha is wrong, but Porsha is also going through her situation right now, and she's focused on her money because she thought she was walking into money, and she learned the hard way. She never listens, and sometimes, like I'm saying right now, you just have to leave people alone and let them learn. She went down the same path again, and she learned. And the I told you so people are saying, we told you so. Again, meaning Candy warned Porsha about Dennis and, hey, I know people who mess with him and he's a cheater and all of that. And Porsha screamed at her, argue with her, all of that. And she had to learn that lesson on her own. So the same thing with Simon. People did give her a heads up. And she was engaged to the man while he was still legally married to somebody else. You all know the story. Go through the playlist and watch it if you're new here. So, yeah, Porsha just needs to learn her lesson, and hopefully, she will. And before I end it, now y'all talking about Nene needs to be grateful because Porsha couldn't even say reciprocity, and she was over there stuttering over her lines at the Breakfast Club. So how she gonna read the script? Stop it, okay? Porsha been in a few movies, okay? That video is just all jokes. Even Porsha laugh at herself. It's all fun shade, but I'm gonna leave you with that and then end it. I'm wishing all of you well and take care. Y'all so silly.
This word right here is killing me. What's this?
Reciprocation?
Reciprocity.
Portion.
It's
Reciprocity?
reciprocity. Well, no, no.
That ain't it.
Look at it. Come look at it. Come look at it. Give me a minute. Reciprocity. To gain so reciprocity. Hard mess, child.
I would like Porsha to spell scepter. So.
It's almost hurtful to me to watch her be so dumb. Somebody wrote a death on 265 days a year. What is wrong with that? Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.